All right, so today we're going to take a step back from all the intense diets and crazy workout plans out there. Instead, we're diving into a much gentler way of thinking about health, one that's inspired by the daily rhythms of Japanese culture. And this is all about creating a sense of well being that can last a lifetime. So let's see how it's done. This quote really gets to the heart of it. It's not about some big, dramatic change overnight. It's about a quiet transformation. It shows you how these little choices, these small rituals, like just sipping some green tea, they start to add up. Over time, that leads to better sleep, less stress, a real shift in your health. It's the power of all those little things combined that really makes the magic happen. And this is the most important thing to get. We have to forget the idea of a temporary fix. No more calorie counting, no more super restrictive rules. This is about building a new way of living, a framework of habits that you can actually stick with, that support your body and your mind. It's a design for living, not just another diet you have to endure. So our first pillar is all about mindful eating. And this approach is honestly less about what you're eating and a whole lot more about how you're eating it. You're going to see that the simplest changes can have the biggest impact. Think about it. Using smaller plates just naturally helps you with portion sizes without even thinking. And chewing slowly, really aiming for 20 to 30 chews, gives your brain the time it needs, about 20 minutes, to actually get the message that you're full. This is huge for preventing overeating. Even just putting your fork down between bites, it creates a pause, a rhythm that helps your digestion and makes you so much more tuned in to what your body is telling you. And that brings us to this amazing core philosophy, Hara Hachi Bu. It's this guiding principle from Okinawan culture, and it just means you stop eating when you're about 80% full. You feel satisfied, but not stuffed. It's such an intuitive way to be moderate. The source actually has a great little trick. Before you go for that second helping, just pause. Wait 5 minutes. You'll be surprised how often you realize, oh, I'm actually good. Okay, this comparison is so eye-opening. On a standard Western plate, you usually have this big piece of protein right in the middle. But with the Japanese-inspired approach, the vegetables are the main event. They're the star of the show. You get all these small, colorful veggie sides. Some are steamed, some pickled, some raw, and that creates this amazing mix of textures, fiber, and nutrients, and it naturally keeps the meal lighter. So how do you make all those vegetables so delicious? Well, you use these flavor powerhouses. You've got fermented foods like miso, which are amazing for your gut health, and a healthy gut is tied to everything from digestion to your immune system. And then there's umami, that deep, savory, satisfying flavor you get from things like dashi, mushrooms, and seaweed. It makes everything taste so rich that you just don't need to load up on heavy sauces or tons of salt and fat. All right, let's move on to our second pillar, movement as a lifestyle. This is all about changing how we think about exercise. We're shifting away from that idea of one big, intense workout at the gym, and instead we're weaving movement into the whole fabric of our day. The big difference here is really about sustainability. A gym session can feel like this all or nothing thing, right? If you miss it, you feel like you've failed. But woven in movement, like taking a walk or just standing up during a phone call, it's consistent, it's gentle. These little bursts of activity throughout the day are actually amazing for keeping your blood sugar stable and can end up burning more energy overall than that one single workout. And here's a super simple way to get started. Just break the cycle of sitting every 30 to 45 minutes. Stand up, do a few gentle squats, maybe stretch your arms up high. It seems so small, but this little routine keeps your circulation moving, helps you hold on to muscle mass, and it's great for your posture. It's a tiny investment with a really huge metabolic payoff. Okay, our final pillar is all about rituals for renewal. Now, these are the powerful habits that go beyond food and movement. They're about supporting your nervous system and helping you age gracefully from the inside out. Honestly, this stuff is the foundation for everything else. So, is sleep part of the diet? Let me tell you, the answer is 100% yes. You could be eating perfectly and moving every day, but if your sleep is a mess, you're building everything on a really shaky foundation. See, when you're sleep deprived, your body produces more of the hunger hormone ghrelin, and your willpower just goes right out the window. It's just biology. You can't fight it. That's why creating a wind-down ritual is an absolute game changer. And these aren't just cozy little ideas. They each have a real purpose. staying away from the blue light from screens, taking a warm bath, which actually helps lower your core body temperature, doing some gentle stretching. All of these things help calm your nervous system and lower cortisol. That's the stress hormone that basically tells your body to store fat. And if you just need a quick reset button during a stressful day, this is it. A simple breathing exercise like this, where your exhale is just a little longer than your inhale, can instantly switch your body from that stressed out fight or flight mode into a calm, rest and digest state. It literally takes a minute, and you can do it absolutely anywhere. So I know we've covered a lot, but the real beauty of this whole approach is that you don't have to do everything all at once. Getting started is actually really simple. This isn't about a complete life overhaul. It's just about taking a few small, manageable first steps. This 2-week plan from the source is the perfect roadmap. For week 1, you're just making little swaps. Add some protein to breakfast to help you feel full, trade a sugary drink for green tea. Then in week 2, you start building in some of those rituals. The goal here is not perfection. It's about paying attention to how these changes make you feel and just seeing what sticks. I absolutely love this quote. It just perfectly captures the whole spirit of what we've been talking about. This is not about trying to become a totally different person. It's about creating the right conditions so that the healthy, energized version of you can show up more often, more consistently, and with a lot more ease. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What if, instead of always chasing those dramatic, fast results, you just focused on quiet, steady progress? What if a few small, gentle habits were really all it took to slowly and beautifully reshape your health, your energy, and maybe even your whole life?